Hello again, I am Joe Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore. Tonight's round 19 of our final season. We are heading to COTA, the Circuit of the Americas of the United States. So not long to go now, 1 week left until F1 Manager 24 releases, but we still have a little bit to do here on F1 Manager 23. We have a season to finish, which is very, very close. We have 5 races to go, including tonight. COTA tonight, tomorrow Mexico, and then on Thursday we head to Brazil, Friday we head to Vegas, and Saturday we'll be rounding off our final season with Abu Dhabi. The title could be decided before then. It might not be. As you can see, we are currently 18 points ahead of Red Bull here in the constructors' standings. And in the drivers' standings, Donna has a 36-point lead over Max Verstappen in the drivers. But a lot could change. Embry has been in amazing form recently. Donna, not so much. She has been dropping points, and the last thing we need is to give Max the opportunity to come back at us. So I'm really hopeful that her form will turn around a little bit tonight, and she'll find the right result. Get back up to the top. I mean, we were kind of unlucky in some respects last night. We managed to get her back into second place with a late charge after she was comfortably ahead and then just locked up when she was not pushing tyres, not pushing fuel, saving the battery, and inexplicably just went off and dropped down several positions. There's been some inconsistencies. There's been some sloppy performances. We are hoping that will resolve itself, because it can't really continue. I am having a little bit of trouble connecting my phone to my Wi-Fi at the moment, so I'm not actually able to see chat at the moment. Apologies, but as soon as I get it up and running, I will obviously greet each and every one of you that's saying hello. Right, it is the day of the Grand Prix. Let's take a quick look at the car. There you can see, still looking very, very nice and strong. First in speed and DRS, 7th in acceleration, first in all the downforce settings and the dirty air as well. Brake cooling 9th, engine cooling 17th. Not really worried about engine cooling, and we do have the lightest car as well. We have definitely benefited from the fact that the AI seems to be pushing itself towards focusing on next year's regulations, which of course we have completely ignored because we won't be here next year. So we have kind of gained a little bit of an unfair advantage. But given how our drivers were performing at the beginning of the season and the fact that the car wasn't really there, I don't feel it's too unjust. And things have changed very quickly this season. And it's not that long ago that we were a way off in both drivers and constructors, so it has been a very quick turnaround of form, and I'm hopeful we can continue that in the final races. Let's just quickly double check as well that both cars are on the same spec. They're on the spec 6 chassis, Mark 4 front wing and rear wing, Mark 5 side pods, Mark 2 underfloor, and the Mark 3 suspension. I should have plenty of spare parts. There you can see, ignore the underfloor because that's a spec that we haven't decided on using because it wasn't really an improvement. But everything else, we've got plenty of spare parts. And if we do check the underfloor stock, there you can see that we do have 2 spare underfloors as well. So plenty of parts for the run in here, which is excellent news. Let's set some targets for tonight. We have good racing weather tonight, which is excellent stuff. So let's see We want to go, let's see, incentives 1 in the tops. 1 in Q2 is the incentive for tonight. Gee, they have no faith in us whatsoever. 1 in the tops in Q2. That is, yeah, kind of pathetic. All right, okay. We'll be much more adventurous. We're going to get 2 in the top 8 tonight. And both cars into Q3. There we go. Finish position 1 in the top 8. That's a little bit more realistic. We will, of course, go for the fastest lap as well. And then we can complete the quali streak tonight. 1 in the top 10 for 2 races. And if we can get both in the top 10 in the race, that'll be 2 down on our race streak as well. All right, let's head to COTA.
Welcome to the United States Grand Prix. We're in Austin, but there are no wild cowboys on the track this weekend, just some serious horsepower. It's sure to be a race to remember. The track in Austin is a contradiction. It's high speed, but drivers need a decent amount of downforce to make good on overtaking. Having the grip to outbrake opponents here is key.
It's not a usual F1 weekend though, with qualifying brought forward to make way for an all-out sprint race which will decide the grid for the Grand Prix.
Okay then, let's get to it.
All right, so let's start by taking out the good bits that we've got on the car and replacing them with worn out parts. Just the one session, as always, on a sprint weekend to try and get the car set up properly. Kind of made a mistake with that last night with Donna's setup, where we weren't paying enough attention and sent her out without making last minute adjustments into qualifying. Won't be making that mistake again tonight, I hope. So hopefully we'll actually get the car set up properly and won't need that last minute set of changes. Right, so it's normally 16 laps around this circuit, I believe. We're going to go 22, drop pace. Not sure what tyres I want to go with just yet. It won't be the hards, we'll be saving those. But I might go with the mediums. Yeah, let's go with the mediums. Give me some extra tyres available for quali. Alright, some initial starting setups. Still can't get my phone to connect. It's getting a little frustrating. Control stat, I forgot to check. Hello Dino, hello Harvey, hello Victor. Yeah, I'm having real issues with my Wi-Fi here at the moment. Let's go with a 6.5. I'm gonna go with a 12. I'm gonna go with a 2.8. I'm gonna leave that as is, and I'm gonna bring that right down. There we go. So that car's done. Let's move on to the second car. We'll go with a 5.5. We'll go with a 12.5. Let's go the other way just to give us a little bit of variation. We'll push that all the way up to a 3.4, pull that down to a 0.4, and we'll send those out. Trying to find the magic spot where my phone will connect. There are two frequencies. There's the 2.4 gigahertz, which is so slow, it's unrealistic, and then the 5 gigahertz connection. And I can get a decent, stable connection to the 2 gigahertz, but it's so slow. It's impossible to watch videos on it, which means YouTube is almost non-usable. And the 5 gigahertz is really hard to connect to. Once I get connected, it stays reasonably stable, but I can't even find it at the moment. This keeps up, I may have to go back to an unlimited data plan on my phone, which I really didn't want to do. Absolutely nothing. This is crazy.
How's the balance? All
right, let's have a look at the balance setups. Oh, we've got penalties for Piastri and Norris tonight. I wonder if they're part penalties. We're at 50% and 62%. Neither of those are particularly good, but we have got a starting point to work from. That's something, I suppose. I'm going to have to just try and struggle through as best I can using the 2.4 gigahertz and hope that even if I can't really see the image, at least I can see the chat. Because this is not good. Right, let's have a look. Oh, way off on the rear wing. That's a 13 minimum. Not too far off on the roll bar. That's good. Let's push that all the way up. And we'll make that little correction. I'm going to go with 8.5, I think. Go with a 1.9. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, the video's not even playing and the Wi-Fi's dropped out again. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Yeah, apologies everybody who is trying to say hello. I just can't even get the video to play the comments at the moment. This is absolutely ridiculous. I really don't know what's causing this. Right, let's take a look at Emperor's car. 12.5 is close. Let's push that up to a 13 as well. We'll go with a 7. Roll bar very much wrong. Again, we'll go to the far extreme with a 1.9. What else can we try? Push that up to a 3.5. Let's pull that down to a point. Let's go there. So it's right on the edge, and we can then work from that. And try that. I wonder if I can actually add the comments while the stream is active. I don't think I can. Don't think I can change the options. No, I can't, unfortunately. While it's active, I can't. Oh, that's overlay options. Oh, here we go. Yes, display chat. There we go. All right, so someone wants to say something? Anything? Keeping it clean, please. Given that you're going to be hopefully appearing on the screen. Hey, have I tried turning it off and on again? Not without killing the stream, no. There's Army saying hello. Let me see if I can reposition that somewhere. Let's put it in the center at the bottom. Let's try that. How am I? Personally doing okay. Frustrated with the with the issues we're having at the moment. Why won't it let me go bottom center? I can go bottom right, bottom left, center right, top left, top right. Ugh. All right, let's go top right. Not ideal. That's technology for you. Yeah. In all its annoyance. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, you have limited options, unfortunately, when you stream directly from the PlayStation, but, you know, at least you have some options. It's better than nothing. And without, you know, a proper PlayStation, without a proper PC for capturing and streaming, you know, this is what I have to work with. But, I mean, I don't really need a PC at this stage. Harvey's excited for F1 Manager 24. I think we all are at this point. It's, I'd say, just 1 week away. I've certainly been itching to get my fingers on the game. What's going to be worse is when it starts to pre-install like 2 days before. So on the Sunday, it'll probably start pre-installing. And then it'll just be sitting there on my home screen taunting me.
What was the cup?
So, you didn't say the magic word. It'll be like Nedry just waving a finger at me. 89%. That's an improvement, but it's not good enough. You might get it for your Xbox. Yeah, I mean, I've never... I'm assuming it runs just as well on Xbox because it does on PlayStation. I don't think there'll be any real difference. It does kind of annoy me that a little bit that the game is still multi-format. You know, I do wish that they would drop the older consoles now. I can understand why they haven't, simply because, you know, they need to get as many people playing the game as they can, but it would be nice if, you know, they dropped the older systems and gave the full power potential available to the current gen, because we are talking, you know, old gen systems now. You think they had a sprint qualifying to F1 Manager 24? Yeah, they've got the up-to-date. Well, they said that they're running the 2024 regulation of sprints. So that will be Friday first practice, then sprint quali, then Saturday will be the sprint, and then after that will be main quali. And assuming that they're doing it, you know, by the 2024 regulations, we should be allowed to change setups between the sprint and then main quali. So yeah, that will be really good to be able to. Oh shit, I made a mistake. You know, I went the wrong way on the setup. Being able to correct that before the race itself. Really happy if that will be in there as well. It should be in there because that is part of the 24 regulations. All right, we're still a little way off. Let's go to a 2.8. Front wing has to change. Pull that back. Let's go with that. 16 laps of fuel. That's half an hour's worth of fuel for what's going to be about 12 minutes of running. Yeah, now I can't even connect to the basic Wi-Fi. It is, I give up. I give up. Surprised Red Bull didn't do what they did last year. How do you mean? Oh, you mean like winning everything? It was inevitable. It was going to happen at some point. Last year was just incredibly strong for Red Bull, but also they kind of capitalised on the fact that Mercedes have just really struggled to get on top of this set of regulations, which they now appear to have done so, finally. Ferrari just, you know, shot themselves in the foot again. And McLaren had a horrendous start to the season, but they came good towards the end and started putting some pressure on. Whenever you get towards the end of a set of regulations, the field always closes up because you have something called the law of diminishing returns. And you see it in this car development. You know, the longer the regulations go on, the less performance you can find with every update. Whereas, you know, so the closer you are to the absolute limit, the less you'll find the next time you try and improve. Whereas if you're further away, you will find much bigger chunks of performance, and that gap between the teams closes up. They obviously still have that same law of diminishing returns, but they're coming from further back, so they are still in that bigger gains period before they start getting to where they find less and less, to the point where they're finding very little performance, if any, with each upgrade. So, you know, that is inevitable that whenever you have stable regulations for a period of time, as you get towards the end of that period, the field has condensed up because the teams have had time to figure out exactly where they can go with finding, the most performance. And as I say, with the law of diminishing returns, the top teams don't have much, if anything, to find, whereas the lower teams still have room to grow. Yeah, I didn't think it would happen quite so soon this year. I thought it would happen towards the end of this year, that we would get, multiple winners. It's happened right at the beginning of the season, which is great for us as viewers. But I thought it would take longer this year to happen, but I didn't think it would start to happen this year. And then next season I thought would be a really good season because the whole field would be a lot tighter. There'd be much more of a fight at the front, and it's already started to happen. So that's fantastic. I can't wait for next season. I think it's going to be really, really close, really exciting. And then, of course, we've got regulation changes for 2026, which will separate the field out way, well apart again, because some teams will do better than others in getting to grips with the new changes. Some engines will be better than others, and it will just create that spread again. And then the next several years will be teams closing the gap to the front runners as they find more performance with each of their updates than the front runners are able to. Yes, Nintendo Switch is getting day and date releases.
For the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
In a format familiar to our drivers, 3 parts of qualifying will decide who sits where on the sprint race grid. A good performance today will give them a real advantage for the rest of the weekend. I wonder if they're feeling the competition with their teammate right now. There's not much between them in terms of points, which is good fuel for a friendly rivalry.
There's not much left to say, so let's get into it.
Did I see you say something about doing another season, Anthony? I'm having to rely on what pops up on the screen in the top right corner because I can't get my phone to work properly tonight. So I didn't read all of your comment. Right, let's go with the 94% engine. Let's go with that ERS. And that gearbox will be fine. Let's have a look at making some changes to the setup. Still not quite there. 8.5 seems to be a bit more realistic, maybe, or maybe 8. Go with 8. Push that back up a bit. Pull that down. Where is the line there? That. You reckon you can do 5 races before the new game comes out? Well, I mean, if you accelerate through the races and don't run them at single speed like I do, then you can probably knock out quite a few races quite quickly. Let's see. I think that is what I'm going to go with on this one. Let's take a look at this car now. Yeah, we'll go with the 94. The 70 is our spare engine for now. We are going to go with the other ERS. 40% is the final cutoff for performance. Starts to dip there on the ERS unit. And we are just a little off here as well. You watch them live speed if you micromanage the cars like me. Yeah, I personally, I like to just, watch at this kind of speed because it feels more like an actual racing event. That's the way I look at it. I don't know if that's right or not, but I'm gonna go with that, I think. Yeah, let's go with that. See how we do with that.
Fuck is green. Fuck is green.
Too late to get out behind the Red Bull. Whoops, I got distracted. I don't think I'm going to get the slipstream that I was hoping for behind Verstappen though. I also got thrown again by the fact that the cars were going out the garage in a different direction.
We need good work on brakes and tires on your way out.
I was waiting for the cars at the far end of the pit lane on the screen to come towards me, and
You can bring the tyre.
that didn't happen. So this first lap will be interesting. Theoretically, even without the slipstream, we should still have enough performance to get through. But you never know. Strange things have happened in quali this year. Very strange things.
Position is good now.
Alright,
Charge up
I'm
the
going to do
stomach.
this lap, and then I'm going to try and get my phone to reconnect. I'm actually going to leave the room.
That will back you up.
Like I said, if I leave the room, the signal will come back, and then see if I can then maintain it once I get in the room. I don't know why it keeps dropping the 2.4 gigahertz as well, which is unusual. A little bit of traffic there, not ideal. Definitely compromised Donna a little bit, and I don't think Embry got the cleanest of runs there as well. She is going to get a slipstream off the back of Donna, who is a long way back from Max. In fact, that's not even Max there, that's Leclerc. Let's have a look at the difference in times, see how far off she is. So 24.7 against 24.5, that's 2.5 tenths. 37.2, 36.8. Another 4 tenths. Oh, this is, yeah, it's just like pushing 7 tenths now. Donna's going to need to run again, I think. 132.0 is the target. Embry goes top.
You need to stay negative in your in lap, please.
Oh, Donna is still
Charge your
second.
box.
7 tenths, yeah. Pretty much what I was expecting to see.
Drive to the delta.
All right. Right.
Box this lap. Pull the car.
Let's step outside as the cars make their way back to the garage. It's the old room. And there we go. Straight away the network pops up. It's weird. Like a black hole of Calcutta going into my new room. Right. I keep the signal, which is so strong in the old room, and it's non-existent in my new one. Still connected. Just.
There's a yellow flag now.
And just like that, YouTube's working. Hey, fantastic. Right, I've got a lot of comments here to go through. Turn the volume down. Right, okay. May need a range extender. Yeah, I'm looking at getting one. I've got one in my cart on Amazon. I'm going to have a look after the stream tonight, see if anything that's currently in my cart, because I'm looking at getting a new microwave as well, because mine's starting to rust and fall to bits, which is never good when you're cooking food. I've got what's supposed to be like an updated version of the old Wi-Fi range extender that I've got. My current one only does 2.4 gigahertz, which is useless, as we've already established this evening. Did I take advantage of Amazon Prime Day? Well, as I say, I'm going to be looking tonight. Prime Day is today and tomorrow, so I've got some time to see whether or not anything I'm looking for I can find a good deal on. Right, let's go back. So, Victor, Harvey, Dino, Army, welcome. George is here as well. Welcome, George. Five gigahertz is more stable and less busy, but frequency, but harder to connect to. Yep. Yeah. I mean, well, this is the thing. I mean, the old room I was in, it was absolutely fine. Yeah, it would connect almost immediately, and was really strong. And yet, I come into this room, literally just. I said hello to you, Army. This one here, it's literally like it's a foot or two foot between the two rooms. And I come in this one, and the signal just disappears. It's weird. So I'm going to get like a range extender. I've got a cable wired into the room, which is currently plugged into the back of my PS5. I'm going to put the control, the box in that cable into the box, and then hardwire the box into the console and have proper 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi in here. Anthony's doing one more season because he wants to win at least a race. Well, fingers crossed for you. There we go. Timed it right this time. Going out behind Max again? Yes, Max again. Yeah, the Switch version will be the full game. No cutbacks. Obviously, performance is not going to be as good because the less powerful system, but it should still be good enough. And all the features that will be in the standard game will be on the Switch as well. As he says, last night's race was excellent to the end because you managed to get a big tyre delta. Yeah, it works. Have I decided my approach to the new game? I'm still not quite sure like I said, I want to get hands-on with the game, and then I'll make my decision within the first day or two. I'll be playing the absolute ever-loving crap out of it, non-stop for a couple of days, to figure out how I want to approach it. I am leaning towards creating a team around the Goodwood Festival of Speed. I'm thinking something like Goodwood Racing is the name, to give me an excuse to run classic liveries, you know, as part of Goodwood's heritage as of racing. All right, we are very much in the slipstream this time,
Charge up, let's go now.
so this will be enough to get Donna through. Probably might even put a top as well. Where is Max, by the way? Oh, Max is down in 17th. He got held up really badly, so he needs a lap more than we do. All right, let's take the comments off the screen now that I've got the phone working properly. No purple sector, but it is an improvement. Tyres have definitely taken some punishment, down to 80% now. Max is running another set of brand new tyres. And now we get some traffic. And it's not in a great place either. No purple middle sector either. Wow, Stroll's lap must have been an absolute blinder. And now other cars will start their flying laps. Oh, god damn it. We should still be improving here. A 10th. We found a 10th because we lost so much time in the final sector. I've got to see how much we lost there. So we were up by nearly 2 tenths in the first sector, 10th and a half at least. We were up by 4.5 tenths in the middle sector, and then in the final sector we lost 5.5 tenths. Wiped out our gains in the middle sector. Wow. That little hold up there from that Williams absolutely killed all the gains we made in the middle sector. That's terrible. Anthony says, I'm going to go McLaren on the PS5 version and create a team on the Switch. I would do it the other way around. I think create a team is going to be more performance intensive than running just the original 10 teams. For obvious reasons, you're putting an extra team on the grid, more cars, custom liveries. I would do it the other way around. I would do create a team on the console and just McLaren on the Switch. But I mean, there's no reason why you can't do both on the console, but yeah, if you're going to run create a team, I would highly recommend you do it on the console rather than the Switch. I just think you'll have a much more agreeable experience. George says, an F1 Manager 24, I think you're going to name your team Andretti Cadillac Motorsport. But which engine supplier are you going to pick to represent Cadillac? Because you're only going to have those 4 engines. You know, Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull and Renault. I still don't think we're safe. But that means now I would have to go out with new tyres, because these ones, look, they're down 25%. If I can get a good slipstream, maybe I can improve. Here comes a Ferrari. And we can slip out behind the Ferrari. There we go. I think Mercedes will be the best engine choice. Well, like I say, it depends on how you want to go about it. We don't know the prices of those engines yet. Plus, of course, getting pulled over. Don't forget as well, if you go with the origin story, which will be option 1, then you can choose everything. But if you wanted to maybe get a little bit of a head start to represent you going in as Cadillac and Andretti, then you could choose one of the other stories and start with a very specific engine manufacturer already assigned, but with maybe a bit more capital and better facilities. Yeah, we'll be starting ours with the lowest possible settings, least amount of money, rookie drivers, worst possible facilities that we can get away with. Oh man, we have lost our slipstream to the Ferrari in a big way here. See if we can catch up.
No more lift-off required. You've got everything. You've got everything. Press on hold available.
That's going to be hard. Well, that's kind of the plan.
Okay, you can pick up the pace.
A new team coming in that we need to establish from the ground up. Lock up for Ocon. Is that on his flying lap?
Look. Now we're watching Esteban Ocon here. Everything's all right here. And the car just locks. Now they did leave it very late.
And Ocon is struggling at the moment, down in 19th place. So that has pretty much killed his flying lap attempt. So he's out. I still think Donna's probably safe, but now we're out here, we may as well destroy what's left of these tyres. We're not going to get an improvement in the first or second sector, but we may possibly squeeze just a tiny bit more out of the final sector. I somehow doubt it, but I think this is going to be a completely duff lap here. Get a little bit of a slipstream off that Ferrari before it pulls out of the way.
Okay, we take the flag.
So Ocon and Vasseur are both out. Norris is out by 1,000th of a second. Behrman is still trying to improve. Albon is trying to improve. Albon coming up to the final 2 turns now. Albon not able to find any performance. He's out. What about Behrman? Can Behrman sneak through? He only needs to find a tiny amount here. 1/10. Hell, 100th. He only needs to find 100th. And he is up in both sectors. Behrman is probably out, probably going through here, which means Gasly's going to go out. There we go. Behrman up to 10th. Donna in 12th in the end. And then 13th, somebody else improves as well. But with Norris already out and cruising back to the pits, it's a bad day for McLaren. What has happened to them this year? It's started so strongly, and look at them now. Both cars eliminated in Q1. Team in free fall at the moment. Ferrari are running away from them. Right, so Piastri has another penalty. Let's see, is that for parts? He's running a new ERS, so probably. He is also going to be running a weak gearbox. So he's going to struggle as the race progresses. He's going to get progressively worse performance out of that gearbox. Already about to tick over. Russell's engine is not good, but his other parts are fine. Norris, brand new engine tonight. Dodgy ERS, but that shouldn't have affected his performance that much. Similar story for Ocon, but with a less powerful engine. Max could have gearbox, well, he will have gearbox issues in the Grand Prix. He'll be fine for the sprint. Leclerc, brand new gearbox tonight. He could be quick tonight. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Yuki will have gearbox issues at some point in the Grand Prix. Tsunoda will be fine, just about. Sainz will be fine. Gasly's got a bad ERS. Belichick's brand new gearbox tonight, so he will be quick. We saw him improve his pace dramatically when he put new engine and ERS in last night. Now he puts a new gearbox in as well. He could be quick. Well, quick for the Williams. Albon also could be quick, but Albon didn't get through. Maloney, new gearbox. Good car in terms of powertrain for sure, but he's just slow. Porsche, good car. Stroll, decent car. Pajar, weak engine. That will hurt him. Good gearbox though. And Behrman, okay engine. Everything else is fine. Interesting. Who was the other driver who had a penalty? It was Norris, who's already out. So, yeah. Back of the grid then for Lando Norris. Oh, look at that. 99%. We were so close and we got it so horribly wrong with Embry. Oh, man. That's terrible. I can't really do anything to fix that. I can change the front wing a little bit. We'll try running a 9 on the front wing, see if that gets us a tiny bit of an improvement. But it's not looking good. We're going to do this first run on incredibly destroyed tyres for Donna and those tyres for Embry. Donna's going to have to do multiple runs here. You hope the new game gives split times on whether you're up or down. It doesn't. Unfortunately. I don't know when, if ever, we're going to get that feature. I don't know when their license for the F1 games runs out. I would like to think if there's another one in there, because to me it would make sense that they would have the license to the end of 25 before the new regulation changes.
You can bring the tyre in.
I would like, and the cars, are changed dramatically along with the engines. It would make sense to me that they would have the license to the end of these current regs. So hopefully, if there is another game, we'll see splits in that. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Say 24 might be the last one we get. So I'm not sure if she's going to be able to, but I'm hoping Donna can stay in the slipstream of Embry and get that toe. She's going to lose a fair bit of performance in the first sector, I think.
Track clear.
And if she can't stay with her in the first sector, that's it. That's curtains.
Big gap, big gap. Charge your class corner.
(24.6), 24.8, 2.5 tenths down. Yeah, I think that's pretty much curtains for Donna. We are going to have to run her on new tyres and just hope that she finds enough performance. This lap's a bust in terms of time, but at least it will give her a confidence boost, so that when she does go out on the new tyres, she'll have much better stats attacking the track with brand new rubber. (36.8) and a 37.6. Oh, wow. That is a huge deficit in the middle sector. That's 7.5 tenths. Just in the middle sector. She's down a second at the moment. 29.8 and a 30.4. Wow. 1.6 seconds off. That is, yeah. That is a lot worse than I was hoping it would be. Embry in the end did manage to get a bit of a toe off the back of Isaac, so she might be good enough to sit through and not go again. We're going to have a one-shot, all-in kind of attempt at the end here. With Donna. So Leclerc is off the pace as well. Wow. Out behind the Mercedes. Maybe. Who are we going out behind? Is that the other Mercedes? Oh no, we've got out behind Max. Oh wow. Okay, that was fortuitous.
Okay, and we need to wake up the brakes now. Make sure you give us a couple of good braking.
Right. Yeah, Embry's definitely through. No need for her to go out again. That's really good that we've managed to get through 2 sessions with just one set of tyres for her. And this should be good enough to get Donna through. You see her confidence level improved on the baseline, but still not amazing because her time was awful. She will have lost a little bit of the confidence she gained while she was sat in the garage as well. But this is a pressure lap, so we are going to be riding the helmet cam for this one.
And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
Okay, it's only green in the first sector. That's not ideal. Tyres weren't up to temperature, so we've lost some ground to Max. Should still be close enough to get a slipstream here on the back straight, though, which is going to be vital. And if we don't go purple here, I'll be a little disappointed. Ferrari gets out of the way. Still a little bit far ahead. Tyres now optimal. Only green. We are up, but I don't know by how much. I mean, it's got to be a lot, considering how slow we were in the previous run. We were just never quite close enough to get the full benefit of that slipstream. Max goes top, we go third, and that is enough.
Need to drop the pace.
Look at this. Look at Belijax. I said he was going to be quick. Look at that. He's in the top 10. Quicker than George Russell right now. 2 minutes on the clock. Who is out there on a flying lap? Belijax is just starting a flying lap. George is halfway around the lap, so if Russell improves and knocks Belijax out, he'll have the chance to improve. In fact, Belijax has crossed the line. He was finishing his lap, and he's gone up to 7th. Behrman's out. Behrman is out. And Russell is out as well. And not even close. 2.25 tenths away from Zhou. Wasn't even close. Leclerc is in trouble. And this race could be the end of Leclerc's title challenge if he's not careful. Behrman is in the way. Will he get out of the way quickly and efficiently for Charles here? No is the answer. And that's Leclerc out, surely. Surely Leclerc is out. Fails to improve. Leclerc is out in 14th place. It could be 15th. Sainz could improve here. So far we've lost Behrman, Russell and Leclerc. Joe could also fall by the wayside, depending on Sainz and Maloney. And Sainz is up to 6th place. That eliminates Joe. What about Maloney? Leclerc in 15th place. Russell could be 14th. He is 14th. Maloney improves up to 13th. Couldn't find enough to get through, but he does find enough to beat the Ferrari. Wow, 14th and 15th for Russell and Leclerc. Big surprise there. And Beloshak's comfortably in the top 10. We could be seeing some big points for Beloshak's tonight. Well, as I say big points. Points for Beloshak's, which any points are big points for Williams at this stage of the season. I've only got 6 in total. And with that penalty for for Piastri as well, Beloshak's might even get an extra place depending on where he qualifies here. Interesting times. We did get a slight improvement. Look, we found an extra 3%. Don't think I can find any more. Yeah, I'm not going to find any more, really, I don't think. We'll leave it at 91. 91 is good. I was hoping to maybe get 90. I'll stick with 91. So, we want those tyres. And we want new tyres. There goes Beloshak's. Hitting the track early. Out goes Stroll. Now we have to wait. You also hope that the new game gives information on grid penalties, what they actually are, and yeah, that is long overdue. I really hope that's part of it. I haven't seen either way on that yet. And again, when I said that the split times aren't in there, that's based on obviously the pre-release builds that have been out there, but like I said, I doubt at this point much is going to change between what we've seen and what we're going to get, if anything. Evening refill. Right, there goes Oscar. We are going to get pulled over by Beloshak's. And possibly Stroll as well. We've got Sainz popping out behind us. And now Porsche as well. There goes Beloshak's. I sent Donna out right behind Embry because Donna's using scrubs on this first run. So she'll have less grip, less performance. And look how close this train is. We have got Stroll coming through. That's going to potentially shake things up a little bit. Oh, we just destroyed Stroll's lap. My God, look at this train. At this point, it might be smarter for us to just break away. Using hyperspeed. So Piastri's going to get absolutely shafted on this lap here. Everyone behind him is going to go quicker than him. And don't forget, he has a penalty. Probably 5 places for that ERS unit. Belijac sets the early pace with a 1:31.7. Let's see what Stroll does.
And there'll be no one ahead.
Yeah, he lost a huge amount of time trying to get through behind us. 1.4 seconds off the pace.
So we are good for traffic.
Can you imagine Belijac's out qualifying half the grid here in this session? Can you imagine him on pole? That's not going to happen. One of our 2 drivers is about to potentially set that. Which season is this? This is season 8. Oh no, Stroll does to us what we did to Stroll. I suppose what's good for the goose is good for the gander. See you later, Porsche. Sonoda is only 2/10 quicker than Belijac's. Hajar is slower than Belijac's. I have no idea what's going to happen with our laps now. Shafted by Stroll. Well, we kind of shafted him. So, like I said, turn around is fair play. Look how much time we lost in that middle sector with Donna compared to Embry. 1.5 seconds. No, I think Embry lost a bit of time as well. Let's have a look across the line. Embry's only 5th, 1.2 seconds off. Donna's going to be nowhere.
This is currently P5.
Oh, wow. Yeah, shocking. Shocking. 3 seconds off the pace. We lost out much worse than Stroll did.
And that's currently P9.
Still, new tyres for the next run.
Charge on in box. Charge on in box.
Max goes 5th, half a second. Oscar actually ended up on top. He managed to get away with it. He was supposed to be out-qualified by everybody behind him, and then Stroll said, nope, hold my beer. Am I going to do multiple races? Nope, just one race tonight. We stream single races at 1 time speed. Right, so now we have to judge this right. Make sure we don't get caught up again. Rest of the grid should start coming out very, very soon. Can't believe Piastri stuck it on pole. Stroll now popping out behind us.
And we work on front tires.
Max is still in the garage, and this isn't good for Max because he does run the risk now of getting pulled over and caught by traffic. But also does run the risk of us now potentially getting held up by him. There goes Sainz. Just waiting on Isaac and Max. What do I think of the new manager game? From what I've seen, it looks a big improvement, but, you know, won't know for definite till I get my hands on it. There goes Isaac, still waiting on Max to come out. He's cutting it late. Belichick's now starting his flying lap. And there, finally, goes Verstappen. So we're going to watch Vladimir Belichick's here. I'm also going to turn that off quickly. Oh, thank you for the sub.
We have a big gap in front of us. Charge your fast car.
He is improving.
And track is now clear.
He's up in the middle as well. I think we might be just a bit too far behind Piastri with Donna, who has gone improved. Yeah, Donna has not improved in the first sector. All right, Belichick's up to the line. How much time has he found here? Enough to go second. Less than a tenth. Less than a tenth behind. Although Oscar's looking to improve. I think Oscar could be on... If we don't get pole position here, or we don't get, you know, above Belichick's could well be on pole, because don't forget Piastri has that penalty. Embry's gone purple in the middle, so this could be a pole lap for her. Donna's improving, but is it going to be enough? I mean, she's so far off at the moment. Any time's an improvement here. Porsche goes quickest, so Belichick's dreams of a pole position are shattered. Piastri goes back top. Donna goes second. Embry goes first. As things stand, we have a 1-2. It's just Isaac, Max, and Sainz left. What am I going to start with? Best car or... No, I'm going to start with absolute lowest possible settings. We're going to work our way all the way up from the bottom. Sainz goes up into 6th. What can Isaac do? Isaac improves to 7th. He finds a couple of tenths. What about Verstappen? Might get a little bit of a delay with traffic in front of him here. No, he's got away with that. He might even get a benefit from that. Max is only good enough for 7th. With Piastri's penalty, we have locked out the front row. Porsche's heading back to the pits. So we'll need to see exactly where Piastri's penalty drops him down. I think it's only going to be 5 places, so he's looking at starting in 7th. That will promote Max up to 6th. And now we have final practice. Wow, dramatic qualifying there. Things looked down and out at one point, and all of a sudden things just flipped on a. Well, yeah, things turn around amazingly quickly there. And at one point, it looked like Belichick might somehow sneak pole position. That did not happen in the end, but he wasn't far off. He's going to be up there. There we go. We are ready to send them out. Just to see if that does give us any additional improvement. I don't think it will, but we'll have a look. We can always change that wing back. Who's going to be my starting driver pair? I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to go with new gens in my first season. I am going to be looking at signing, better drivers as the team improves. Now, I do want to have a head model driver for when I get my first podium, because I'd like to actually see the podium. But we'll either be starting with F2 rookies or maybe even new gens, I don't know. Probably F2 rookies. I'm really hoping there's going to be an improved library of audio for F2 drivers and F2 engineers as well. I know they've added in additional clips, but they haven't stated where those additional clips have come from. Yours will be Antonelli and Lawson. Yeah, I was toying with the idea of Antonelli and Behrman. Basically, taking Prema's 2024 lineup and sticking it into F1.
How's the balance, mate?
90%, so it did actually go down by 1. We can change that back. That's no problem. It was just an exploration on the wing change there. I didn't think it would improve us. But I'm not limiting myself to just those two. Prema this season, yeah, they haven't got to grips with the new car regulations yet, but they will. We've seen, Behrman's won a sprint, Antonelli's now won as well, so it's starting to come good. I mean, they are successful for a reason. That team, it's supposed to be a spec series, but I mean, it's anything but. They have such a big budget. Think both will be on next year's grid. Well, Behrman already is. That's already confirmed. He's signed for Haas for 2025. rumours around Ocon having already signed for Haas have intensified again, but still nothing official, which means Magnussen is currently potentially out of a drive now for next year. Antonelli, well, Sainz is back in the picture at Mercedes, so Antonelli, I think, might get another season in F2, and then they might look at calling him up for 2026. You think he's going to go to Williams instead of Sargent? I don't think he will. I think Mercedes rate him highly, but I don't think they'll put him in a Williams. Julian Clark, how are you tonight? No, I think if Williams are going to get a driver, I mean, they've been linked with trying to get Sainz, obviously. They've made no secret of that. I don't think they'll get him, but you never know. Bottas is a candidate to go back to Williams. Who knows with Magnussen? He is now going to be kind of in the frame for that seat. Joe could go Williams. Who knows? I mean, there's so many unanswered questions, and until we know what's happening with Sainz, you know, there's going to continue to be questions. The odd seat here and there might get picked off, but it's the main bulk of the market is waiting to see what happens with Sainz. Well, there we go. Pretty much just inside starting confidence for Embry. She's right on the gap there for very high confidence. Donna just inside very high confidence. Let's see how we do in the sprint race.
We're back, and the action is set to get even better today as the drivers go racing in the sprint. The action is set to be fast and furious in this one, with each driver well aware that a good performance will secure themselves a strong place on the grid.
Of course, when it comes to a sprint, it's not just about setting the grid for the Grand Prix. The drivers will be fighting hard to gain valuable championship points.
But the question is, who will be the lone star in the sprint around Texas?
Who indeed? Right. Yeah, that'll leave me with 2 sets of tyres. Let's readjust that front wing. There we go. Let's put the good stuff back in the car. That gearbox will be fine. All right, off we go. Oh, of course, we're third in the sprint because the penalty won't kick in until the race. Forgot about that.
Always a popular event with the audiences in Austin. We're hoping to see drivers dueling it out around the circuit of the Americas.
This is it, a dash to the finish line. Things are hotting up here in Texas for the sprint. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So we're going to have to protect our tyres because we have gone soft. Only Ocon has gone soft as well. I am expecting us to get jumped by Oscar. We've got a yellow flag. That's contact for Belajax. Oh no!
2 secs. There's been a
Oh,
crash.
Belajax. Oh dear. Contact with Sainz. And then he gets going again and then has to stop and let everyone through.
And for the crew.
Ah, that sucks.
Your race is now.
And he got the penalty as well. Ah, Belajax. He's going to be starting near the back of the grid. Sainz is going to be the icebreaker. Yeah, once you know, the Sainz domino falls, it's going to have that knock-on effect, and everything else is going to start dropping into place. But some deals have been done to take options away from Sainz, which is why he still hasn't made an announcement or a decision yet.
You can use DRS. So it's currently P3. Next car is Piastri.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Right, we've already got a gap over Porsche. Max in 5th, so he's gained a couple of places off the line. One of them thanks to Belajax and Sainz, both jumping out of the way for him.
On charge on.
What's the best car in this season? Mine, but not the best drivers. Especially in the wet. Their adaptability ratings are shockingly bad.
So recharge on.
I want Oscar to get through so I can save even more of my tyres. And right now I'm keeping Porsche just out of DRS range.
And we can have recharge on, please.
We're happy to stay where we are.
And there, Porsche has pushed and closed that gap. So Oscar now into the lead. Now I can really save the tyres. And I'm happy for Embry to finish ahead of Donna, as long as we are still ahead of Max. We can get Embry up above Leclerc in the driver's standings and take first and third. That would be awesome. Once again, Porsche not quite getting the DRS. That's excellent news. You can just keep him at arm's length. It takes the pressure off of Donna. But it does open up the possibility for Max to have a lunge, which I think he might do here. Yeah, Max dives up the inside, and I think he's already got that move complete. He has. So, looking at the tyre situation. These tyres have got a long way to go. Welcome back, Harvey. Max again just missing the DRS, I think. Yeah. Now we're out of the dirty air. We've got to push the tyres a little bit harder. Keep them in the temperature window.
Time to push on these tyres.
What is the track temperature? Let's have a look. 31 degrees. That's actually a little bit cool here for COTA.
Charge on.
Save a touch of battery in that corner there.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
And we're letting Piastri do all the heavy lifting for us here in terms of setting the pace. And it's working. We are gapping Verstappen.
If you can, push.
Battery is high.
See, Leclerc is currently down in 13th place, Russell in 12th, so they've both picked up a couple of places. Again, that's down to Balajax and Sainz dropping down. They haven't actually managed to get the overtakes on track yet.
Charge on.
The gap to Verstappen now up to 2 seconds. The new rear wing we put on the car has definitely made a little bit of an improvement on these long straights. So I'm looking forward to the next race in Mexico. Still going to be a bit tight on these tyres. And the gap now up to 3 seconds. Oh, what about a lap for Max? A 1:36.2. Oh, yellow flag. That is Behrman and Maloney, and it's a VSC.
Other people are hitting the walls. Just make sure you have a good
Crash for
look.
Gasly. So it's going to be a big spin then, isn't it? Oh, yeah, very big spin. Straight through the gravel and into the barriers. That is a retirement.
As for the team back in the garage,
that'll neutralise the race, and that is good for us in terms of tyres. Not so good in terms of the amount of fuel we've got on board. Batteries are already full.
And keep following the reference.
We may as well go into harvest just to save performance on the ERS itself.
And recharge on.
Charge on.
So not a good start to the weekend for the Alpines. One driver involved in a collision at turn 1. The other one out after just a handful of laps. How many races do I have left? I have got time to finish the season. This is round 19. So tomorrow, round 20, we're going to Mexico. Then Thursday, we're going to Sao Paulo for the Interlagos circuit for Brazil. Friday, we're going to Las Vegas. And then Saturday, we're finishing the season at Abu Dhabi. And then we'll be streaming on Tuesday for F1 Manager 24. Which will not be a race as such. It won't be the start of a new series, but it will be a look of the at the game and exploring of the creative team options, messing around with liveries, creating some funky liveries, and then maybe doing a couple of the challenges, so we can see things like engine performance issues and stuff. I have got the deluxe edition, so we've got those 5 exclusive scenarios to have a look at. I might try and break away from Oscar after the BSC. Not sure. Oscar may try and break past us, in which case we'll go with him, and then we'll break past him once he runs out of battery. See if he pushes on the restart. Tyre temps are definitely going to be a bit of an issue. But at least we are saving performance, which we absolutely needed to. Doesn't it come out on Monday? No, it comes out on Tuesday. Tuesday the 23rd.
VSC ending.
Alright, so let's see what Oscar does.
Charge off.
$11 laps left.
DRS enabled.
You wait until I've played it for a week before you start playing? Okay. Alright, Max is definitely pushing. He's closed the gap by a second. Here comes Oscar. Well, I say Max is pushing. He might not be. It might just be because our tyres are out of the window. So we'll let Oscar go through to get those tyres warmed up again. We'll see if he breaks away now that he's taken the lead, and then we'll respond with slightly better tyre pace and with full battery deployment. As Porsche moves back in front of Verstappen. Leclerc is still down in 13th place. His defence of his title is looking shakier and shakier. Yeah, it's not a push lap from Oscar, is it?
can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
Oh wow, Oscar's actually gaining, pulling away from us. Didn't expect to see that. Maybe he's started deploying his battery now as well. So he's hanging in there. Or maybe not. I don't know. Oh, that's a ERS deployment there, right in front of us. So yeah, he is pushing to try and stay with Embry here.
Cool the car, please.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
Drop down the plates now.
Right, at least we opened up the gap behind us a little bit more. 4.5 seconds now. Checking the tyres. Still in excellent shape. Science pitted for new softs. He's a long way off. Belajac's pitted as well. He's got off those hard tyres, but he's also a long way back. And there goes Oscar, finally.
Recharge on.
So assuming we get past him at the end, which I think it's pretty much a safe bet that we're going to do that, unless something stupid happens. Piastri's going to finish in 3rd, and then with a 5-place penalty, he'll be starting in 8th. He will be quick during the race. He's been quick all weekend, so expect him to come back through the field. Russell's now past Behrman, and Maloney is surely a sitting duck here on the back straight for George, who sells him a dummy, and it's going to go straight past him here. Seven laps to go. Ocon boxes. Another set of softs going on Ocon's car. Where's he going to come out? He is going to be just behind Sainz, I think. Porsche and Max still fighting side by side here. And Ocon does drop out behind Sainz, a couple of seconds back, ahead of Belozax, and should pull away from him with fresh rubber. Although, having said that, hasn't been great pace for either McLaren so far. Porsche's got Max covered off. Tsunoda's getting close now as well. Hajar's just about keeping Zhou behind him. And Stroll all over the back of Zhou. But Russell is pushing. He's gapped Maloney. Leclerc's through as well, and the gap has come down. Russell is on a charge. He's absolutely flying. This is going to be a blisteringly quick lap here for George. .134.1. Look at that. 2 seconds quicker than Hajar and Zhou. He's going to be on them very quickly if he can sustain that level of pace. Leclerc in 11th, still away from the points. Zhou is Zhou occupying the final points position at the moment.
And overtake is available.
Wasn't quick enough with Donna's DRS there, unfortunately.
These tyres.
Okay, to pick up the pace.
We are going to make a move now. See if we can break away from Oscar. His tyres hanging on for dear life now at 48%. He'll still have a little bit of pace in them, but not enough to keep pace with Embry. And then I've got to get Donna through quickly and efficiently as well. See if we can go around the outside. Almost, but we will here up the hill. There we go. Into a 1-2. Evening FX. Managed to get your pre-order for the deluxe edition. Yep, I've had mine since the day it was announced. Since the day the pre-orders went live, I've had the deluxe edition on pre-order. Four and a half laps left. Am I making my own team? Yes, I am. Still, click my mic there. Still working on the details of exactly what the team's going to be, but it is going to be the lowest possible settings with rookie drivers. So it's going to be a challenge.
Just be careful with this tyre. Recharge on.
Charge on. Oh, you can use the deploy. charge on.
And still, the fight goes on between Porsche and Verstappen. Am I going to be sticking with rookie drivers? No, we're going to be looking to act like a proper F1 team. So we're going to start with young drivers. You know, we're going to have the worst possible facilities, the smallest possible budget. But we are going to try and grow like a real F1 team would grow. So we're going to look to try and acquire better staff as we go and look to acquire better drivers as we go. But we're going to make realistic poaching. We're not going to just get the best that we can, the best available, and then hope that we can perform well enough to keep them without them getting lured away. It's going to be a gradual process. Max has dropped down to 6th place. That's glorious. And he could come under pressure from Isaac here. Salary could well be an issue. Yeah, I'm not sure how salary is going to work in the cost cap, but I think it's going to have an effect. So again, that's another reason why it's not going to be a case of hiring, you know, superstar engineers and technical staff, and then just building an amazing car in like 2 seasons. It's going to be a hard graft. 2 laps left. We cut back to the front. And now I'm going to tell Donna not to fight. We're going to give the win to Embry to help her overhaul Charles Leclerc, who in 10th place is still outside the sprint points here, but is now going to be in a starting points position in the Grand Prix itself.
Can use overtake. And you can push.
Keep an eye on Verstappen. He's only just kind of hanging on at the moment. In fact, he hasn't got the DRS. He didn't get the DRS somehow. Porsche has been dropped by Tsunoda. Could there be another twist in the tail here? Could Isaac get past Max? We are certainly going to be extending our advantage in both championships tonight. After the sprint anyway. Who knows what's going to happen in the main race. Let's kill that fuel deficit or fuel surplus that we started with, and then what we gained during the VSC was the perfect amount for the entire race there. That's worked out quite nicely. Look at Verstappen's rear wing in the middle. No, that's normal. That's just the shape of the Red Bull rear wing. There you see there's a little divot there. A little divot there. Mercedes don't have one. Ferrari don't have one. Williams do. Alfa Romeo do. We don't. No, it would be just a big chunk missing if there was damage. like we saw with Leclerc last night in Qatar. So there we go. It is a comfortable 1-2.
Reminder on the battery.
Piastri will finish third, but with his 5-place minimum penalty, he'll be starting at no better than 8th. Max, in the end, did get past Porsche, back up into 5th place.
Okay,
Saves a few extra points. Leclerc down in 10th place. No points for him. Belijac, who started so well after great qualifying, is going to come home in 19th place. I feel so sorry for him. Norris has a big penalty as well. He could well be starting near the back, if not at the back, depending on the size of his penalty. McLaren in free fall at the moment.
It's the Aston Martin driver with a sprint win today.
And what a well-deserved P1 finish that was. Absolutely outstanding.
So there we go then, confirmation of the sprint result. Embry gets the win ahead of Donner. Oscar in third will suffer a penalty drop for the main race. Then it's Sonoda up 5 places to take 4th. Max in 5th. Porsche down 2 places to start the next race in 6th, ahead of Hajar, Zhou, Stroll. Leclerc gaining 5 places from a bad qualifying to take 10th. Russell up 3 places for 11th. Good race for Albon, up 8 places there into 12th. Norris gained 4, but is going to lose at least 5 for his penalty, maybe more. And then we've got Maloney in 14th, Behrman 15th, for sure 16th, Ocon 17th, Sainz down in 18th after that collision with Belijac on turn 1, and Belijac down in 19th place. Final position goes to Pierre Gasly, who wiped out in spectacular fashion after 7 laps.
The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
The Circuit of the Americas is definitely a track that rewards bravery on the brakes, just like when Lewis Hamilton passed Sebastian Vettel unbelievably late here to take the win in 2012. And the weather is sunny here today, apart from a few clouds. Let's hope they remain scattered on the horizon.
No doubt there's a lot to contend with here at the United States Grand Prix. It's going to be a thrilling outcome to a thrilling weekend.
Okay then, time for the main Grand Prix. We are going to look at a medium soft, I think. There we go. I'm going to throw in an extra 3 laps of fuel. Going to try and be a little bit more careful at the start, but we will push on the opening lap or 2 before we settle in and try and protect the tyres in the opening stint to give us a bit more flexibility later on. And let's send them to the grid for the United States Grand Prix.
We're not far off now here in Austin as the drivers ready themselves for this 56-lap race. The focus for many in this race will be on the Aston Martin driver.
They're on pole and it's well deserved. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do.
But just what will happen here, your guess is as good as mine. Sit tight and get ready. It's the United States Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
So Piastri actually down 12 to 12th place. So he suffered a 10-place penalty. Lessened to 9 thanks to Norris's penalty as well. Norris down in 17th. Tsunoda has jumped us off the line. Let's take a look at tyre wear. See who's running what. Softs for Vasseur, Norris, Russell, Zhou and Hajar. Everyone else starting on the medium tyres.
This is your race now.
And we can have recharge.
We are going to be heavy with fuel for the next 10 laps or so. Until that starts to burn off. So as we did with Piastri in the sprint, we're deliberately ceding the lead. I'm going to let Tsunoda go through. Given that Tsunoda as well, it's probably safer if he's in front of us so we don't get torpedoed.
Let the tyres come back to you.
Oh, a little clunky there from Donna. Having to give up position to Embry. Getting too close. So we'll have to go back on the battery to get that gap back up again. And back down again. Porsche back in front of Max. Those two are going to continue the fight from the sprint into the main race. That's good stuff. Suits me down to a T.
Ciao, John.
So the Ferrari's not having great track position at the moment in 11th and 12th, but we've seen how well George has been able to fight his way through the field in previous races. Oscar, we know, is going to be quick. He's going to fight his way up the order. So expect them to come into play a little bit later as the race progresses. DRS now active. Need to make sure Yuki doesn't bolt away from us.
Overtake is available.
Turn the fence off now. And Yuki has bolted away from us.
We're happy to stay where we are.
Yeah, 1:37.2, a second quicker than us on that last lap. He's going to be quick on this lap as well. But he is pushing his tyres harder than we are. And we will start to just naturally hunt him down, especially if our drivers leapfrog each other. We're burning up Embry's battery at the moment just to keep the pace up through the infield. We'll turn it off when we get to the big back straight so that we can start to try and get some DRS swapping going on. Evening, Victor. I think I said hello to you, Wayne, but if I didn't, hello. A bit late to the party tonight. You missed an interesting sprint. You lost in Elden Ring again.
So recharge on.
Click overtake, please.
So I actively want my two drivers to swap positions with each other here to give them that confidence boost. You can see how much they gain against how much they lose. So by letting them just swap positions back and forth, very quickly we'll get both drivers up into peak confidence.
Okay, charge on.
Which will naturally increase their pace.
Press overtake.
The only real risk is them just running side by side like this in the opening sector.
And recharge on is okay, please.
And there you can see we've made a net gain confidence on both drivers just from overtaking each other once. Unfortunately, them squabbling side by side like this has allowed Porsche to close right up on us, which has obviously brought Max and the rest of the field along for the ride as well. I'm going to push them both.
Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit. You're good to push.
Give them both a little bit of tyre in this opening sector as well, so we can re-establish the gap to Porsche and get them past Sonoda in the process. So Sonoda goes one way, our drivers go either side. This is all just shut that down. It was almost reminiscent of Hungary there, where we did the side-by-side overtake on Verstappen. Couldn't quite pull it off though.
And recharge on, recharge on.
the car.
Ah, come on. Get the move done. Get the move done. There you go.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Both drivers very close to peak confidence now. Let's give Donna the helping hand on the overtake here. That'll get her into peak if she sticks the move, which she does.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
And now I've got a car between me and Porsche, so that's 2 cars between me and Max now. And now I'm going to try and just control the pace a little bit in this opening stint, and maybe overheat the tyres of the cars behind, forcing them to run in dirty air.
Recharge on.
Charge on.
Now Donna at max confidence. That has hurt Embry a little bit. She didn't get the move done. I thought she had.
Recharge on.
Well, she'll get it on the main straight, and that will put both drivers into peak.
Overtake available. Overtake available. Charge on now.
Porsche gets around Sonoda, or tries to. Embry almost has the peak confidence. Donna's going to retake the position again. Or is she? And Porsche now is in a position where he's in amongst us, and that is not good. That kind of messes up my back and forth strategy.
Okay, charge on.
This will give Embry the chance to get some defence bonuses here. Maybe. There we go, there's one. No, that's the only one. She's about to get overtaken here.
And we can have recharge.
Let's get these
on.
batteries recharged. Porsche's pushing.
Recharge on.
We might have just got the DRS. Yes, we did. Tsunoda side by side with Verstappen, just trying to find a way through. And he gets the move done. Has he got enough pace to quickly close up for DRS? I think he does. He does. And I think Embry might have just lost DRS. I don't know, it's going to be so close. Please tell me she got it. She did. Good. And we've burnt off a nice, good chunk of fuel now. And Porsche's pace has dipped a little bit. .136.9 on the previous lap. This lap won't be that quick. We're already right on this gearbox again. There we go. 137.8. Much slower lap.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
I'm going to go into some really heavy tyre saving for a lap here while we charge the batteries. Build up a little bit more of a margin over the cars behind us. Some of them, like Tsunoda, very, very close to our level of grip at the moment. Knowing on the soft has completely fallen off yet. Joe's tyres starting to give up a little. Hajar's and Norris's fractionally better. They're going to be boxing in the next couple of laps, the soft runners. And then it will be a case of what do they go on to, mediums or hards. And Max is now clear of Tsunoda. He's dropped him and is right on the back of us, so we are going to have to be careful now.
Charge on.
And Max has got the inside line. Can we hold him off? I don't think we can. If we can stay side by side, we're in good shape because we'll have the inside line at the hairpin onto the long back straight. I think we just gave up the DRS to Porsche there. Yes, we did. And now we're going to lose the position to Max, I think. Yeah, we've tucked in behind him.
Just keep looking after your tires.
Leclerc has gained a few places as well. He's up to 7th place, so his recovery is going nicely. George still down in 12th place, but Piastri now up to 9th. So his fight back is progressing as I pretty much expected it would. I am surprised that the Mercedes pace has dropped off quite so dramatic. Ah, that's why. Joe's tyres are really falling apart, so expect him to box at the end of this lap. Oh, Leclerc could get the pair of them here. And in the end, he got neither, but he's still in a good place on Joe here. As Max moves up into second place, while we are just doing a little bit more saving and harvesting.
Battery, it's good.
I'm all right with that. Trying to be patient on this first stint. And this has been a strong fight back from Leclerc in these last few laps. Aided by the slower pace at the front. As Max now takes the lead.
Recharge off, please. If you can, push.
And now we need to start upping our pace because Porsche is in a danger of being dropped. Batteries are full. Tyres are in good health. Both against the cars in front and behind. Where's Max pace come from? He was nowhere in the sprint. Sprints are different. The AI doesn't push the same way in the sprint as they do in the race. Because they don't make a pit stop unless they absolutely have to. In the race, they know they've got, pit stop flexibility. So they will make those stops they wouldn't necessarily make
Can use overtake.
normally. That they wouldn't make in a sprint.
And you can pick up the pace.
So Embry's going to go through. Can I get Donna through as well? Nope.
Keep
A little bit too far back. Our pace has been slower in the race as well. And don't forget, fuel will play a part. Max can absolutely hammer his fuel if he wants to in the opening laps because he knows he can save it later. So Max will just have these periods where he just goes insanely fast. But he then, has to compensate for that later. And there you can see at 137.5, we did have more pace than him. As we push through on Piastri with the battery. Not Piastri, Porsche. Got some movement in the pits. That's the soft runners, all four of them. Oh no, it's not all four of them. Hard tyres, mediums. Mediums for Norris. Mediums for Zhou. With Shaw's going to box at the end of this lap.
So recharge on.
And also, confidence can play a big role as well. You've seen how much the stats can improve when a driver gets in high confidence. If you can string a few overtakes together in quick succession, you can go from low confidence, just low, high confidence, all the way up to peak confidence in just, a few overtakes. And that has a significant impact on your pace as well.
Time to push on these tyres.
Charge on.
We just snuck Donna through there. It was a little cheeky. She's at full peak confidence. Embry has dropped down a bit because she's had some failed overtakes and been overtaken a couple of times, but we're in good shape. Max is going to be boxing soon, so we do need to get past him before that happens. I'm actually going to have an attack
Overtaking
run
is
here.
available.
See if we can leave Max for dead.
We are good to push.
Stay close.
Can't quite drop him. I can put him under some real pressure here.
Battery is on the low side.
Go for the lunge into turn one. Ah, not quite. Little sweep through there. Lovely stuff.
Charge on, charge on.
Just like that, Embry's confidence is nicely up again.
We look after the tires.
Just be careful with this tyre. Recharge on.
And there's a quick example of how quickly your pace can change.
On you're good to push.
Pushing again because we're about to drop Verstappen and I want to make sure that happens. There we go, we've got him.
And recharge on is okay, please.
And now he's fallen back in towards Pourchaire's clutches.
Drop the pace now, please.
And recharge on. Let the tyres come back to you.
And now Embry's in peak, and so is Donna. And that's the difference in stats, +6s and +7s. Trying to make sure we get really good battery back into Donna's car because she's stopping before Embry. Oh, was that contact? No, it wasn't. Belijak's into the pits. thought I heard a bang as we went into turn one. It wasn't us, so I knew it wasn't us. I just thought there was a contact on the main straight. I'm not sure what that was. So Belijax is out on hard tyres. He's a long way back, look. But at least he's not last.
Charge on.
Recharge on.
Wow, I've got these the wrong way around. I thought... Oops.
Charge on.
And Max dives into the pits. So if he pushes hard on his outlap, he could undercut us here. He's going hard tyres. Okay, well, we're going mediums. So expect Max to be on softs at the end. And that was a blisteringly quick stop.
Confirmed. Box, 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 box. We can still do it. Charge on for now.
And we can have recharge on, please.
And I want to swap them around because I want to give Embry the DRS for her in lap. Porsche coming in behind us, and Leclerc and Piastri. This needs to be a good stop from Donna here.
And confirming where boxes left.
2.39, that's not bad. We will hold position.
Recharge on.
Porsche also holds position ahead of Leclerc and then Piastri. Max goes through, but not by much. In fact, he doesn't go through. We managed to hold position against Max. That was beautiful. And Stroll is in front of him.
Press overtake.
I'm looking at the wrong driver. No, I am looking at the right driver. I am looking at the wrong driver.
Oh, you can use the deploy.
We've got the DRS off Joe here as well, which is beautiful. Well, I couldn't get him.
Please. We need a bit of recharge.
Oh, shit. No, I have boxed her. She just hasn't reached the pits yet. Alright, she's definitely going to get undercut here. As Tsunoda dives into the pits.
Okay, we need some deploy.
2.2, good stop. Very good stop.
Could be close at exit.
That's Donna through. There's Embry. There goes Max. For share, but we do get out in front of Piastri. That was important. No, Russell even. Piastri is still further back. Stroll is not in Joe's DRS. Joe's hanging onto the back of us. So Stroll's going to be vulnerable to Max.
And overtake is available.
I don't think I was quick enough to get the full deployment on there.
We have to protect those tires.
Up the inside of Stroll. Donna now comfortably ahead of Joe. And we got a yellow flag. That's something at turn 1. That's an Alpine.
And now we've had a crash.
It's Tsunoda. And is that Gasly? No, that's Sainz.
And
I
just
think-
like that,
Might be Gasly, actually. No, it can't be Gasly. Gasly's in the pits. It is Sainz. I did say at the beginning it's safer for us to have Tsunoda in front of us, because we could get torpedoed. And that's exactly what happened there. But it's Sainz who got the penalty.
So recharge on. Okay, mate,
Embry
that
gets
is
the fastest
fast
lap. Max has caught Donna. And his tyres are already worse than Donna's, because he's been pushing and stuck in dirty air as well. Works for me. We'll let Max do the heavy lifting
Manage your
again.
tires.
Just bide our time.
And recharge on is okay, please.
But I know in 24, the drivers, when they're off the track, can get on so they don't have to stop. Well, in theory. I mean, this was supposed to be a big improvement on 22, and while it was an improvement, it wasn't the big improvement that we hoped it was going to be. That's where I am currently, placing my expectations for 24, that it will be an improvement, but it won't be as big as we hope it will be.
recharge on.
Oh God, Max nearly pushed us off the road then. Can you imagine what rear races would be like if drivers did that? Yeah, ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. But the worst thing is, it's not just the long delay where you drop all the way down, multiple positions, but every single one of those overtakes, more often than not, will take a big chunk of your confidence as well. So you sit there and wait and drop 15 positions, your confidence, gone. Completely gone. That, is ridiculous.
Charge on.
All right, Porsche has forced his way past Joe and is looking to close up. And the race is close, but we are still in control of this Grand Prix. I mean, we're not pushing at the moment. We're saving our tyres, we're building our batteries up, managing our pace. Same can't be said for our rivals. Porsche is going to be very quick for a little while, and then his tyres are going to fall away quickly, as is Piastri. Russell and Zhou also out of sequence, so Stroll is the next threatening car at this stage, along with Leclerc, and you can see they're stuck at the moment behind George.
Drop down to pits now.
So right now, we are just ticking over, as it were. When we decide to unleash some pace in this car, we will be so much quicker than we are right now for a couple of laps, and then obviously we'll have to slow it down again. But when we do make a break, we can hopefully make a very impactful break and then just pull away. That's my hope. That's why I'm saving tyres aggressively at the moment and making sure the batteries are full, ready for that moment that we can just go past Max and then hopefully just slowly but steadily pull away from him, because the standard push pace of the mediums will be quicker than the standard push pace of his hards, and they're already slightly worse than our mediums, but our mediums will degrade a little bit quicker. If I can build up a nice healthy advantage, it means that I can keep that gap constant, rather than it, ballooning a little bit and then just gradually getting chiseled away. That's the intent, anyway. I want to try and establish a gap over Verstappen in this stint at some point, because I'm fully expecting him to be on softs, like us. In the final stint, so he will have genuine pace, and again we will sit behind him, we'll protect the tyres, build up a grip advantage, and then push past him in that final stint. We're playing the tactical long game in every stint here, because in a straight fight, even though we've got a better car than Max, it's not by a massive amount, and he is a significantly better driver than we are.
Charles John in box now.
Porsche looking to spoil the party a little bit. His tyres are going to fall away quickly in a few laps, as are Oscar's behind. So they're a temporary and temporary annoyance, a little bit of a momentary nuisance. They won't be a factor in about 5 laps. They might not be on the track in 5 laps, they might be in the pits. As long as the train stays with Max, that's the important thing. I'm going to start banking that fuel.
And keep up a bit of lift off for fuel, please.
Banking that extra fuel again now, ready for the softs at the end. And the batteries are full. Tyres are in excellent condition. And we are all over the back of Verstappen's gearbox. Embry's having a look here, up the hill. She actually easily completes that move. It's too early. Too early to try and break away from Verstappen. But it does mean I am going to have to up her tyre pace a little bit to keep the temperature in the tyres.
You can push.
While she's in front. She hasn't got the dirty air to keep them heated. What did you miss? Not a huge amount in terms of where we are. Some quick laps, decent pit stops, blisteringly quick stop for Max. That's going to be a 1.8 second stop. I'm pretty sure of that. Right now we have a 6-way fight. 7 if you include Joe, although that's being a bit generous at the front here. So we're looking at stopping around lap 40. We've got another 10 laps-ish.
No need to push the tyres.
Donna has definitely lost out some confidence here. We'll look to move her past now, I think. Get her past Porsche.
You've got everything, press on hold available. Cool the car. Charge on.
And there we go. Big jump into confidence again. Max going very defensive. Everyone trying to find some slipstream up the hill. Oh, I thought there would be contact there.
Battery is full.
That was a little nervy.
Charge on.
Time to push on these tyres.
You can see the softs now got maybe 2 laps left in them.
We're happy to stay where we are.
And there goes Joe. So that's going to be for hard tyres. "25 laps to go." Oh, a little rough on the rear there, but not too bad. Where's he going to come out? He's going to come out behind a big chunk of traffic here. He's going to be close with Ocon up the hill. There goes Ocon and Tsunoda. And what a disastrous weekend for Alpine. 19th and 20th right now. There goes Verstappen, having a look. Can't get the move done. The next lap might be the lap to break away. Let's have a look at Leclerc's tyres, 56%. Yeah, let's go for the pace.
I'd like 100% pace, please.
On click overtake, please.
So those softs are getting ready to box. And I want to leave a gap to Leclerc. Breakaway is on.
We need to push. Cool the car.
And this is where we'll complete the breakaway in the final sector. We've left Pourchaire for dead. Which means when he and Piastri box, which may well be this lap, it's going to leave Leclerc isolated as well. Oof. I hate the way the animations jerk like that from time to time. It always gives me the heebie-jeebies that we're about to see a collision.
Charge on. Charge on.
So now that we've left Max, we're going to let Embry try and break away a little bit more. We're going to rebuild Donna, let her sit behind Max like this.
Bit of lift off where you can.
And hopefully keep slowing him down. and then we'll strike in a couple of laps' time. Yeah, who thought there'd be jump scares in F1 Manager? But that is very much the case, it would seem.
You're good to push.
Just be careful with this tyre.
And there we go, we've got a 3.5 second gap. Although Max is going to try and respond. Porsche and Piastri have stayed out. Surely this lap is the lap they're going to box then. And this is disastrous for Charles Leclerc because he's stuck behind the fight. In fact, we're going to ride on board with Charles. And watch the pair of those two just peel off into the pits at the end of the lap.
John.
Max now 4 seconds behind Embry. So the breakaway tactic for Embry has worked very nicely indeed. And we'll do the same with Donna again in a lap or two.
Ciao, John. Ciao, John.
They're staying out.
We need a little
Why?
bit more lift off, please.
Why are they staying out? Look at their tyres. Piastri's down to 20%. Can Leclerc get the pair of them around the outside, or can he not get neither? He can't get either of them. Oh, what a disaster for Charles. Oh, and Piastri's got a puncture. Piastri's got a puncture. He said he should have boxed. That's Piastri's race ruined. Why did he stay out so long? Pourchaire's not out of the woods. He might get a puncture as well.
Ciao, John.
Piastri's going to be going so slowly. Maloney's coming up behind him. Maloney also in puncture territory, but he breezes straight through.
Let's try to get in.
It's not Ferrari, it's just the AI. We've seen it with numerous teams. Aston have done it in the past with Alonso. Porsche has boxed now. He's like, oh, that could be me if I go another lap. Donner's through.
Now we can see what happened. So here we go, heading into turn one. The opportunity begging to be taken.
Very straightforward overtake
and the
there.
Aston Martin moves past.
It's not a bad stop for Piastri, Porsche, who's put on a set of mediums. Where is Oscar? He's down in 15th place behind Russell now. Russell, who already has stopped. He's now an entire pit stop behind his teammate. And change as well. We've seen it with Red Bull. We've seen it with Williams. We've seen it with AlphaTauri. It's not one specific team in this game. It's just very, very bizarre decisions that we've seen made. Not a great stop for the Haas team there, but also getting held to let Gasly through for sure. Piastri's all the way down in 18th place and 10 seconds behind Sainz. Yet to stop and with a penalty. And meanwhile, our breakaway has worked beautifully. Max is now 2 seconds behind Donna, who's closing back in on Embry. She's done enough.
On charger.
That's a new
Very
fastest
good.
lap.
Need to drop the
And
best.
Charles Leclerc dives into the pits. And that is a set of hard tyres. We're only a couple of laps away from making softs go to the end, and he has gone hards. Does that mean Max is going to do the same? Bella-Jacques and Behrman are both in. Hard tyres for Behrman. That's a good stop for Bella-Jacques. He gets out in front and he's got mediums on. And crucially for him, he held position as well. So this is the tyre situation. Stroll is now 25 seconds behind the lead. 22 seconds nearly behind Max. This is now just a three-way fight. Porsche could come into the mix on those medium tyres. I don't think Zhou will. Leclerc could maybe come into the mix, but I mean, it's what, 20 seconds, 22, 23 seconds, I think, for a pit stop here. And then they're going to be on slower tyres to us. What are they lapping at the moment? 137s. Although Zhou had a quick lap of 134.2. Ocon dives into the pits. There we go. That's a more accurate time. A 135. So they are lapping quicker than us at the moment, but not enough to really trouble us at this stage. Might be a little close when we get to the pits, but beyond that, I don't see it being an issue. Right, let's hammer what's left of the tyres.
Let's try to take opportunity.
So we are happy to push.
Sainz serves his 5-second penalty, puts on a new set of mediums, drops him way off the back of the grid. He is 13 seconds behind his teammate. Max is in. Max has gone earlier than I thought he would. Thought he'd go another lap. No risk for him, and he's going medium tyres, not softs. He obviously doesn't have a set of softs that will go the distance. Donna has caught Embry here, which is excellent because I can get a little bit more battery in her car. Checking the confidence levels. Yeah, squeeze a touch more battery back into her car, or what I'll probably do is actually let her go through on Embry.
Let the tyres come back to you. Overtake is available.
Okay, keep cooling the car now.
Ah, she didn't get through. Bugger. A 1:33.5, the new fastest lap. Right. Instead,
Ciao, John.
we'll do this.
If you can push.
Max is 22 seconds, so it's only like a 20 seconds for a stop here then. Did I actually tell her to come in this lap? I don't think I did.
Box, 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 box.
There we go. A little late on the call there, so hopefully that's not going to translate to an issue. Max is definitely flying at the moment. But again, we're just going to cruise up behind him and then sit behind him for ages. 2.5 dead on the nose. Not the best of stops.
Track will be clear.
We are going to get out in front of him, I think. There he is.
Battery is full. Ciao, John.
And there you see, we lost 18.5 seconds. So it's an even quicker pit stop than I thought. Embry should drop out somewhere between the two. I hope. Better actually tell her to box. That might help. I didn't get her in time. She's going to go another lap. Shit. Alright, fastest lap attempt for Donna then.
Manage our tyre budget.
Let's just get her away from Max and then control her pace. Embry will have to come from behind.
Head down now.
So this is going to be the fastest lap up to this point. So Piastri's time was a 1:33.9. 1:33.5. Yeah, we will absolutely blitz that when we get the right conditions. Tyres weren't up to temp in the first sector and there was no DRS. But the middle sector may also be affected by lack of DRS, but the final sector will very much be Donna's. She will be blisteringly quick through that final sector. And despite the lack of DRS, she's actually gone purple in the middle. Doubled the gap to Max. Embry's finally in. And now I'm going to come out some road between Max and Porsche. .4 seconds. Not bad. A 1:32.1. Yeah, there you go. 1.4 seconds quicker than Piastri's fastest lap. Let's immediately calm those tyres down. We'll keep pushing the battery just to stretch that gap a little bit more, and we do get out between the two of them. What I was expecting. So now the chase is on. Once again, if we have the opportunity to, we will switch them over, give Embry the win over Donna. Donna's outscoring Max. She already has a nice little lead in the drivers. Leclerc is 5th, So he's picking up some decent points. Is he lapping faster than Porsche, I wonder? He is, at the moment. We'll see if that stays consistent or if that was just a push lap. He's got more life in his tyres. So towards the end of this stint, he should be quicker. I'm going to bring Embry's tyres in gradually. And then we're just going to unleash her.
Charge on, charge on.
Max 5
We do need
seconds
a
behind
little
Donna.
bit of lift off for the fuel.
Leclerc quicker again, this time 1.3 seconds quicker. So he's on the hunt. And we're closing on Verstappen, which you should expect with softs against mediums and better condition softs as well. They're not even fully up to temperature yet either. Piastri and Belichak's down behind Ocon at the moment. Tyres to Piastri put on mediums in the end. Ajar's not far behind, he's there as well, and he's got much better mediums. So Piastri might not get the recovery he was hoping for here. How far away from points is he? 10th place, let's have a look. 9 seconds. He might. He's lucky. Right, next lap will be the flying lap for again, there was that noise. It must have just been an engine, you know, backfire. It sounded like a collision. Meanwhile, Leclerc is hunting Porsche down. 134.9 against the 135.7, so his pace has eased off slightly, but he's still quicker. 0.8 of a second there. He might even get DRS. He just, oh, I don't know, I think he just fell short. He did just fall short, but he'll have it at the end of the lap.
Stay close.
Well, if I've timed this about right, we should, hopefully, get DRS off Max on the back straight. Let's go hunting. Not quite going to get the DRS, I don't think. I needed to be about half a second closer. Yeah, half a second closer and I'd have had him. Still might get him at the end of the lap though. At the end of the straight, sorry. So I'm going to abort the flying lap attempt.
Recharge on.
I'm going to sit behind Max and have another go.
No need to push the tyres. Can use overtake.
I think he's responding. He is. He's responding. He's worried. 10 laps to go. A 1:33.5. Yeah. He took 1.5 seconds out of Donna on that lap. Leclerc is through. Straight past Porsche. But they're close. It's not a done deal yet, that move. And this time we are going to get the DRS on the back straight.
You can keep the pace up on these compounds.
And the move's done before we even hit the braking. Lovely stuff. Now we've got to break away from him quickly without absolutely destroying these tyres. He's still pushing, he's still using his battery.
Just be careful with this tyre. Okay, mate, that is the fastest lap.
1:31.5. That is 0.6 of a second faster than Donna's lap was. And Max is fighting back. Alright, so we're not close enough. I don't want to bring Embry onto the back of Donna.
Save as much fuel.
I think I'm going to anyway. But we're certainly close enough now that the next time we push, we can get onto Donna and then the two of them can break away together. Just got to try and make sure Max stays behind me. There we go. Let that gap open up a little bit more. Donna's tyres will go the distance. Embry's taken some punishment, but they should go the distance as well. But I need to keep a little bit in reserve to break away from Max and go back after Donna. Still want to switch him over if I can. Piastri up to 13th. He's not closing on Norris. Norris had a push lap there, trying to close up on Tsunoda and Maloney. It's going to be an interesting fight for that final points position.
Overtake is available.
Let's see if I can break away from Max now. We are going to pull him along a little bit through the first sector, but hopefully he's got no battery left now. So after the main straight, we may actually have him dropped by the S's. Or by the end of the S's. Seven laps to go. This is the crucial sector. We've broken him, but we haven't broken him by enough yet. He's still a push lap away from getting back into the DRS. Now we're looking a little bit more comfortable. 2.2 seconds. Leclerc has now dropped Porsche. So it looks like it's going to be a Red Bull 3-4. Russell's fought his way up to 7th, look. Bet he would come through the field. He's done just that.
Let the tyres come back to you. Let's have recharge on, please.
And there we go. Linked our drivers up, and we've got a 3-second lead.
Big lifts.
Now we just need to be careful and bring it home. I do want to switch him over so I can give Donna's tyres a little bit of a break, but I want to try and get a little bit more battery into Embry first, just in case Max starts to push it back at us in the closing laps. I want to have enough in the tank for both cars to respond, and with Embry being the one who's leading the way, she needs to have battery. It's less important for the car behind because they can sit in the DRS.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Five more laps.
Yeah, slow lap for Max, look at 136.1. Leclerc with a quick lap, 135 dead. Porsche also 135.0. Looking to get back on terms with Charles. Norris has caught Maloney and Tsunoda. Piastri has caught Norris. So we're going to have a four-way fight for the last point position. We'll check in on that in a second.
And we can have recharge on, please.
We have to protect those tires.
I told Donna not to fight because I didn't want to hurt her confidence this late in the Grand Prix, and I wanted to make sure that that was a very clean and clear overtake. There we go. Right, let's check this fight
Push on these tyres.
for the final points position.
There are 4 laps to go.
Russell in 6th. He's got ahead of Joe. Good recovery for him this weekend. Piastri would have had a good race if it hadn't been for his puncture. Stupid decision by the AI to stay out there. And I'm curious as to whose decision it is, whether it's the team AI or if it's the driver AI that makes the decisions for the AI racers when it comes to tyres. Let's take a look at the tyres. Norris has got 10th place. He's got that final points paying position. You've got to say Maloney's probably going to be the one who finishes at the back of this little train here.
3 laps to go.
Isaac's not too far behind. His tyres are in good enough shape that he could potentially catch up. He did go quicker on that last lap. And the gap to Verstappen is steadily going up. 5.5 seconds now. Leclerc is absolutely tearing after him. I don't think he's going to catch him, but he's left for Porsche 4 seconds behind him. Russell and Zhou still squabbling over 6th place. This is the fight though for the final points paying position. There goes Zhou past Norris. Maloney down to 12th. Oscar still down in 13th. He's got the pace to get in front of all of them. It's just going to be hard with the DRS. If he doesn't have battery, it's going to be a fight, a real fight to gain even one place. Two laps to go.
2 laps to go.
I just said that. Will Joseph obviously feeling the need to parrot me there. You saw in the background there is Ocon and Hajar. Ocon actually fighting with Hajar to try and get up to 14th. It's too late for either of them now. No points on offer for them. It's just pride they're fighting for right now. And Oscar cannot find a way past Maloney. So Oscar's not going to get the final point, I don't think. It's going to be between Norris and Tsunoda. Although, having said that, Maloney's just dropped out of DRS range. Maybe that will give Piastri an opportunity to push back in. We're going to sit now with Tsunoda. Oh, there we go. Piastri got him. Straight past him, and he's already back into the DRS range. It's not over for Oscar. He will get DRS. Completely missed the move. I thought he's not going to get until this straight, and he got it done through the sweepers. And now Norris is vulnerable. Final lap.
Manage your tires.
Max has taken a few tenths out of us, but he's still too far behind to do anything. Who is going to win this fight for the final position here? It's going to come down to the back straight. And I think whoever gets a good enough run, if Norris gets blocked behind Tsunoda and Piastri gets clean air, he might get the pair of them. Max takes yet more time out of us, but it's too little, too late. For the final points position, Norris is going to make a run. I don't think Oscar's got anything left. And he can't get through. Embry wins the Grand Prix.
And there we go. Aston Martin has taken first.
Donna is second. There's Max in the background.
A result like that
What a
absolutely
weekend.
speaks to all the hard work they've
1-2
put
in
into
the
their
race
career.
and the
Just
sprint.
phenomenal.
Okay, we take the flag.
Leclerc will take fourth ahead of Porsche, who ended up 6.5 seconds back. Then Zhou. Russell in the end ran out of tyres. Seventh will be it for him. Eighth for Stroll. Albon will get some points in ninth. Tsunoda's going to hang on for the final point, it seems. Norris too far back. No Hail Mary lunge from Piastri in the final turn. There we go. Tsunoda brings it home for the final point there. But it's points for Williams. And that is going to level it up between him and Belichaks on 4 points apiece. But Donna has stretched her lead over Max by a few points in the driver's standings. Embry has closed the gap to Charles Leclerc significantly today, and we have stretched our lead over Red Bull quite nicely in the constructors as well. What a great weekend it's been for us. As Gasly comes home a distant 20th with Vasseur. Sainz a few seconds ahead, but
What an
20
excellent
seconds
performance
off the
from
back
the
of the
Aston
rest of the
Martin
field.
driver that was.
Disaster for Alpine.
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
It's hugs all round for the team. In fact, they all deserve a pat on the back as well for everything that they've achieved. So, Karun, with the garages full of activity, what's the mood like down at Aston Martin now?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And with that, our time in Texas now draws to a close.
We're nearing the end of the season and it's time for some serious heat. Stay with us as Formula One moves to Mexico City.
So then, confirmation of the final result. It is another win for Embry with the fastest lap as well. 26 points for her to go with the win in the sprint. That's 34 points for her this weekend. Donna in second, 18 points plus the win. The second place in the sprint. So she's on 25 for the weekend. I can't remember what Max got in the sprint. Leclerc didn't get anything. So she is, Embry is now really, really close to Leclerc, if not on top of him. You can see there, up 5 places. It was a good recovery race after gaining positions in the sprint as well. But yeah, Leclerc's early exit in qualifying left him with too much to do. Porsche hangs on for 5th, and there is Zhou in 6th. 3 places gained for Russell. Couldn't quite get up to 6th. His tyres fell away from him at the end. Stroll in 8th. Albon up 2 places to bring home some points for Williams. That puts them on 8 points for the season. And double now Haas's score. Tsunoda, unfortunate for him, down 7 places. But does get the final point in a late fight with Norris. Good recovery race for him, up 6 places. But again, bad qualifying has hurt the McLarens there. Oscar, victim of a puncture. silly to not box earlier than he did. That's cost him valuable points tonight. Hajar down 7 places. It's not worked out for him tonight either. There's Ocon in 15th behind Maloney. Then it's Belichak's. So unfortunate for him. That collision he had in turn 1 of the sprint ruined his weekend. Did gain 3 places in the race, but bit of a shame. Behrman down 3 places, dropping down to 17th ahead of Sainz, who had a miserable weekend, as did Bashir and Gasly as well, bringing out the final position there. So, in the driver standings, Donna is now how far ahead? 42 points clear of Max Verstappen. She scored 25 points this weekend to Max's 19. Embry scored 35 points and moves past Charles Leclerc by 5 points. Can she catch Verstappen? Let's see, the gap is 37 points. It's not impossible with 4 rounds to go. It's not impossible. That would be amazing if we could end up with a 1-2. That would be incredible. Win number 3 for Embry this season to go with her sprint win as well. Leclerc obviously down a position into 4th. He managed to pick up some points this weekend, 12 points, but he has definitely lost ground. Russell moves above Norris. Norris's free fall in the standings continues. Another pointless weekend for him. And Russell now 3 points ahead of him in 5th. Oscar manages to rescue 6 points across the weekend, but could have been so much more. He could have really closed the gap to Norris as well. Big points for Porsche, trying to stay in touch with Oscar, and he has pulled away comfortably now from Isaac Hajar. That's going to be a big swing in the constructors for AlphaTauri against Alfa Romeo. Those two have been locked together all season, and Mercedes will get some points with Zhou, 9 points across the weekend. Now you see Tsunoda also picking up some points, so it's again Mercedes are going to be in that mix with AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo. Behrman, no points for him. 4 points for Stroll in 13th, Sainz in 14th, Ocon in 15th. Then it's Gasly 16th, Maloney 17th, Belichak's 18th. Joining the 4-point club is Alex Albon with his 2 points tonight in 19th. And for sure 20th, the only driver yet to score any points. In the constructor standings, 60 points over 31 for us. We stretched the gap by another 29 points today. So we are now 47 points clear of Red Bull with 4 rounds to go. We are one hand on the trophy almost. Ferrari in 3rd, again increased their lead over McLaren. And that is now almost 100 points, 97 points the gap. You have to say that it's over for McLaren for their dreams of finishing in 3rd this season. They are now, potentially at risk from AlphaTauri as well, who have moved above Alfa Romeo by 7 points. And they see Mercedes with 15 are just 1 point further back. This is going to be such a fight between these 3, and potentially, given McLaren's just a lack of point scoring ability at the moment, potentially a 4-way fight with McLaren as well for 4th place in the standings rather than just 5th. No points again for Alpine, still stuck on 60 points. Williams now 2 points additionally added to their total. They are now double Haas's score, but one good result could change things in the battle for 9th. You never know. Let's take a look at the pit stop competition. I think Max has probably got the quickest stop here. It was Leclerc. Leclerc had the quickest stop, a 1.85 second stop. Max a 1.9, Porsche with a 1.9 as well, 0.02 of a second quicker. But once again, Red Bull outscoring everybody else in this. That's it now. The competition's over. They needed, AlphaTauri needed a miracle, and in the end, they did not get it at all. So Red Bull now, I think, mathematically have won this competition. McLaren gets some points in 4th. We get points in 5th with Embry's stop. That's lovely stuff. Let's see, Mercedes in 6th, 8 points for them. Alpine finally gets some more points in 7th. AlphaTauri 8th, Ferrari in 9th, and McLaren with an extra point in 10th. Standings now look like this. Red Bull 675 points, are 255 clear. with just 4 rounds left. That is it. Competition is over. Red Bull are the pit stop champions for the 2nd season in a row. But AlphaTauri, the legacy of when we had control of that team, still churning out quick stops, even if they're not quite as good as they used to be. McLaren in 3rd, Ferrari 4th, Alpine finally registering some points again at a time when they really needed to, because we are coming after them. It's going to be a tight run-in again in the fight for 3rd and 4th here. You can see just 12 points between McLaren and Ferrari, Alpine just 8 points behind Ferrari. And Aston, that's us, we're only 12 points behind Alpine. Plenty of positions still up for grabs there. I think Mercedes just a little bit too far back, 30 behind us now. And still no points for Williams, Alfa or Haas. Can't see that changing in the remaining 4 races. There you see our stops there. A 2.399, normally a pretty good stop. Still half a second away from the best stop there. And not good enough for the top 10. A 2.2 second stop was good enough for 5th place. And then we had a 2.4 second for Embry's second stop and a 2.5 dead for Donna's second stop. Let's have a look at the report cards for the whole weekend. So 16 and 29 in the overtakes for Donna. Given that we were running her in very low tyre pace and a lot of saving of battery going on at the same time, I'm not surprised to see negative overtake numbers there. Defensive numbers are strong, 21 and 14, like to see that. Embry, 19 and 23. Very good, very good. And 33 and 14, very strong in defence. Love to see that as well. As far as the sponsors go, we make 4.1 million in total, so that's 1.2 up on our base rate. We got the finish position streak complete. We got 1 car in the top 10 or top 8, whatever it was. I think it was 1 in the top 8. We got 1 car in Q2, which was a really weak incentive there, but we got it. And then for the guarantees, we did get the fastest lap. We got both in Q2 and both in the top 8. And there is a spare rear wing and a spare chassis. Excellent stuff. Right, some inspection is needed on the cars. Oh, lots of part failures there. So chassis gone on Embry's car. Front wing, rear wing, side pods and suspension all going on Donna's. We knew we were going to lose some parts just through failure at the end of the weekend. Didn't think we'd lose that many. And we're going to lose the underfloor in the next race as well. That's okay. We do have some spares. What we made them for. How close are we to losing parts on the other car? No, we're okay. I don't think we need to make any more of those. Probably going to need to make a couple more front wings if we're not already. Let's have a look. We're not. Let's make 2 more front wings. There we go. Right. Anything failed facility-wise? Design centre close. Car part test centre's close. Everything in there is fine. Boardroom has now dipped. Let's give them some new executive toys. We'll give the memorabilia a bit of spit and polish as well. Force centre's fine. Helipad is going to need a little buff before the end of the season, I think. Weather centre might, but it's not too far off. Hospitality's fine. Let's check in with the boards. They should be delighted with that. Perfect weekend, almost. Yep, there we go. Good to see. Well above our season objective. Well above our long-term objective. It's been a really strong second half of the season for us. And we are, let's see, 4 days away from Mexico. So let's take a sneak peek at the weather. And again, no rain. I love to see no rain. That is glorious. So we should be very, very, very strong there as well. We should be on for another 1-2, I hope. As long as we don't do something stupid. We have had a history of making mistakes at that circuit or being caught up in mistakes of other drivers. So It's not a done deal yet, but based on our current performance, our drivers are in good form. Our car is excellent. Our pace has been consistent in the last few races. We should be pretty good tomorrow. Right, that is it for tonight. What a weekend it's been. A race weekend. 1-2 in the sprint. Embry winning the sprint with Donna in second, and then repeating that result in the main race. Embry taking the top spot with Donna in second. There you can see we now have the 53-point lead in the constructors' standings. We've got Donna comfortably ahead of Max Verstappen by 42 points, and Embry has moved into third ahead of Charles Leclerc by 5 points. What a great way to end tonight's stream. We'll be back at the usual time of 8 p.m. tomorrow for Mexico, round 20. Then Thursday, we're going to Brazil. Friday, we're going to Vegas. And Saturday, we will be streaming from 7 p.m., an hour early on the Saturday, as we usually do on Saturdays, to round off the season and then just take a sneak peek at what next season would look like if we were sticking around, which obviously we won't be. So just four. I'll get it right. Just 4 races left in the season, 4 races left in this series, and 4 races left in total in our time with F1 Manager 23. We've had a lot of ups and downs as the seasons have progressed. I was pulling hair at various points last season when we were just falling so far behind in the wet weather because the car wasn't quite where it needed to be and our drivers just weren't where they needed to be. This season we've had similar moments at times, but they've been much more consistent as they've improved. The car is now the best on the grid, and it's been a much better season for us, as is evidenced by the standings there. So let's see if we can finish the season with a 1-2 in the drivers. That would be fantastic. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I will be back with more F1 Manager very soon.